No matter how good a coach is, from time to time they're going to make bad decisions. In this video, we're going to look at the worst coaching decisions made in NBA history. When J.R. Smith forgot to score during the 2018 finals, that was one of the dumbest decisions ever made by a player. The Cavs had a timeout though, but Ty Lue never used it. If he would have called the timeout when he seen J.R. bringing the ball out, they could have possibly won that game. But everything happened so fast, so I can see why he didn't call a timeout. LeBron is really smart though. He was able to think quickly when he tried to call a timeout, but the refs didn't see him. If they wouldn't win that game though, it wouldn't have really mattered too much because they still got swept. They had no chance of beating the Warriors that season, but I wanted to see the Cavs at least win game 1 since LeBron had 51. That's the most points scored in the finals loss. When Kobe had 81 points, that was probably the best game of all time. I think this game is better than when Will had 100 points because Kobe was hitting way more difficult shots than him. But what I find crazy about this game is the fact Sam Mitchell didn't try to double him at all. I think it's common sense for a coach to tell their players to double someone that's going off like that. Jalen Rose even tried telling him they should double Kobe, but he wouldn't listen.
And we thought about doing some things to him during the game. I remember one time we came to the sideline and Mike James, myself, and a couple of guys huddled up and we were talking to Sam Mitchell about, hey coach, think we might want to double team that guy? Maybe make someone else beat us?
Now Jalen Rose is always reminded that Kobe scored 81 on him.
A drink, Mr. Bryant?
Yeah, I'll have a vodka martini.
How many olives would you like?
81.
But I don't know why people are acting like he's the only one that got scored on.
Against Jalen Rose that night, 18.
Oh, that's
18. 6 of 11 from the floor with Jalen as his defender in the half court. Only 22% of his output. He scored on 8 different Raptors defenders.
When Ray Allen hit the game-winning shot against the Spurs in Game 6, it could have been prevented if Gregg Popovich kept Tim Duncan in the game. Because he didn't, he had a better chance of getting the rebound, which led to Ray Allen's 3.
Out to Allen, his three-pointer, tie game!
What makes this decision even more crazy is the fact Tim Duncan had 17 rebounds that game. I can almost guarantee if he was in the game, he would have got that rebound. Just imagine if he did, Duncan would have ended his career with 6 rings, Kawhi would have had 3 rings right now, and LeBron would have just been winning his 3rd championship after this season. When it comes to calling timeouts, Jim Boylen was the worst with those. This season against the Raptors, he called the timeout when they was down by 25 with a minute left.
What are you doing? I know Jim, like what? Seriously, like what strategy are you talking? It's a 25-point blowout.
I was just as confused as Zach LaVine when he did that. Another instance when he called the timeout when he shouldn't have was against the Mavs. Because he did, that stopped the Bulls from getting the layup.
Thinking by Jim Boylen, the Bulls would have scored, and Sato's not happy about that.
The way the Bulls were this season, they needed every point they could get. Then against the Mavs at their place, he was supposed to call a timeout when Daniel Gafford got injured. But because Rick Carlisle is a real one, he asked one of his players to foul so they can make a sub. Another bad decision made was when Mike Budenholzer played Giannis for only 35 minutes a game against the Heat. Giannis played 29 minutes a game the whole series, but I didn't count game 4 since he left the game early because of an ankle injury. If they was up in that series, I wouldn't mind him trying to rest him, but they was in a do-or-die situation, so he should have played him way more. So far in Giannis' postseason career, he played 23 games under Mike Budenholzer and only played 1 game over 40 minutes in a game that didn't go to overtime. Also, he played over 35 minutes in only 8 games with Mike as his coach. Hopefully Mike learned his lesson, because if he tries doing what he did again, Giannis may not come back and he's probably going to lose his job. These are the worst coaching mistakes I can think of right now. Let me know what y'all think about these decisions in the comments. And if you like this video, make sure you hit that like button and subscribe for more vids. Peace.